I used to play D&D with this girl named Katie, and Katie died in a car wreck right before I had weight loss surgery. And like every time I see like somebody I went to school with died, and you think about like how fragile life is, you know?
First off, I'd like to apologize for using a Seinfeld meme in 2023. I know it's about 7 years out of date. It's a little bit embarrassing, but hey, I thought it was very fitting, and maybe I'm a little bit out of pocket for making a joke about somebody dying in a car wreck. But hey, the pot's calling the kettle black here a little bit, because I think I remember Mr. Wingo saying that somebody's family should die in an automobile wreck. I think I'm remembering that correctly. Either way, I think it's funny that he's trying to put on this persona that he's like, man, life is so valuable, man. What are you talking about? You live almost the most meaningless life of like anybody that's on the internet. You and Cyrax are fighting head to head, basically any locale. They all just sit inside their rooms and that's it. You know, Wings doesn't do anything, you know? And we're about to see in this stream, the begging is at an all-time high, and the donations are an all-time low. And our boy, he needs that money. He really does. You know, he has to pay his car bill, his electric bill. You know, he's got everything coming down the pipeline. And here he is, 600 pounds, complaining about debating whether or not his life is worth value, and I think it is.
And you could make a case like, yo, he was 17 and she was like 14 or 13 or whatever it might be, and they were hanging out, whatever. But the fact that there's multiple like victims changes the narrative.
So I'm against this whole persona that the troll community has said that Wingo here is some sort of predator. You know, I think he said plenty of outlandish things before, and I just, a lot of it just doesn't seem malicious. It seems incidental or shock jockey. But this one, how do you explain this one to people like me? I'm not carrying water for him in any sense, but typically I feel like a lot of it gets blown out of proportion. I can't defend this one. He's talking about somebody got exposed for being a predator, not him. But he's over here saying, you know, if he's 17 and she's 14 or 13, you know, whatever. And it's like, no, that's not whatever. Somebody who's 13 years old, there's a chance they haven't even gone through puberty yet. And somebody who's 17 years old is 1 year away from being an adult, is probably working jobs, you know, he's starting to morph into an adult. It's weird. You know, if your connection was, well, if he's 18 and she's 16, you know, whatever, it's like, yeah, maybe, you know, it's still a little bit weird. It's less weird than the 13-year-old, but here, Jordy, I know you can't afford a manager for your channel, so I'm gonna do you a solid. Alright, I'll be your manager. I'll tell you, you know, here's what you should do. First off, stop playing Rainbow Six Siege every stream. And second off, never let the words below the age of 14, 15 ever exit your mouth. I don't want to hear you ever say, you know, you're talking about a friend down the street, he just had a baby. No, we're not having any of that, alright? Because even if you're good intentioned, the things you say just don't come out coherently or correctly. So figure it out.
Just sniff the camera, John? That's going to be $5. I most definitely will sniff my seat for $10. Throw it up.
No.
10 seconds before insertion.
Oh, God, I can't get the thing to switch over. Oh, that was worse than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, I washed my ass. But toilet seat had too many poop particles on it.
Yeah, the toilet seat, guys. The toilet seat had too many poop particles on it, not his asshole. His asshole was definitely spick and span. You know, actually later this week I'm planning on having a nice Thanksgiving dinner right off of his ass cheeks, you know, so that's pretty exciting. I'm really looking forward to that because it's so clean. And I hate this statement that people this size say, and it's like, when I was really big, I have really long arms. I have like almost a 7-foot wingspan. I have just really lanky arms. So like, even when I was big, I could still wipe my ass, but sometimes I wondered, you know, Wings has little stubby arms, and he's way bigger than I ever was. So it's like, there's no way those hands are reaching around back. Now I've seen there are contraptions, you can get, you know, asshole cleaners that have extension arms that you can shove around back, but hey, maybe Kelly is finally living up to her wifely duties and is going in, no pun intended, and she's going in there to clean out the big man's ass, and that would just be so nice. And this man, you know, he's hitting rock bottom basically, because once you're reaching the sniffing chair stage of your life, it's time to pack it up, dog. The game's over, the lights are turned off. You know, the only people in the stadium still are the maintenance men and the janitors cleaning up after the main performance. And so it's just like, he's got to figure it out at some point. He never will. He never will. I mean, he's been teasing this idea that he's gonna find a job if the streams continue to be bad. He's past that point, because he's talked about this before, and he's told all of his trolls and all of his viewers, well, I can't go get a job. I have a big gap in my resume. You think the owner of a gas station is gonna care about that, Jordy? I don't think so. But hey, you know, he's a man of high quality. And the funny thing is, you know, DSP is starting to reach this point where, you know, the views are down, the money's down, I need more money. And it's like, they blame it on the viewers, and they're not introspective about the content that they make. We're gonna see later in this video, Wings literally has a stream that he doesn't play the game at all and is just critiquing somebody else playing. That's literally the content that he's providing. And once again, I think I say this anytime that I talk about content, I'm not like some pariah, you know, I'm not some master of content creation, but like, at least I'm consistent, and at least I cut it into segments and chunks that are digestible and aren't just revolting garbage like Wings. But hey, what else is there to say?
Where's the Cam King? It's a donation thing now. It's $200 a stream for the Cam. $200 for Cam. It started back over at 0 at this point since there's a new stream. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and delete that other stream. Ban Diet Comb over, please. Ban Katy Perry. Just ban anybody talking about money. Just do that.
Wings' only topic of conversations in these recent streams are him talking about money. It's either that or him yelling at people when he's playing games with them. And like, that latter option is like, it's so mind-numbing to watch Wings try and be serious at a game, because it's like, why? There's no purpose in your entire existence to care so much about how well you do in a video game, because you're not that good to start off with. And even if you were good, you don't have the personality to attract people to stick around and be with you. And, you know, you just end up relapsing on the same games over and over again. But, you know, now we've reached the crevice. He's asking for $200 for webcam. He doesn't make $200 on a normal stream. And now he's over here holding his face hostage. And it's like, I thought the whole point of streaming was to try and make your content better, not try and demonstrably make it worse. But hey, you know, maybe getting rid of Fat's face off the screen, maybe that'll help out a little bit. I don't know. I think it's funny. I don't think anybody should be sending him money, because him, you know, he's sniffing his chair and now he's hiding his camera. You know, he's really digging at the bottom to try and find any revenue source that he can possibly get. And if you just don't send him money, he might just give up. He might just be like, well, That's it, everybody. This is my last hurrah, you know? I try and stream Dark Souls 1,000,000 times and nobody wants to watch it.
I'm buying Baldur's Gate 3 and Modern Warfare 3. If you want me to play any other games, you need to buy them for me.
That's right, guys. Come on. Fork over the dough, you know? You want to see them play Super Smash Bros? Drop them a $60 bill down below, alright? Ka-ching, hello. And it's like, this would be so much different if he actually enjoyed or got better at any of the games he played. But he literally plays games just to try and, you know, fork out revenue from people. It's like, it's the same, you know, I've already brought up DSP, but these two are starting to mold into one, because it's like, neither one of them enjoy games at all anymore, and I'm not sure they ever did, really. They sort of had an addiction to it, but that doesn't really mean they enjoyed the game. And now he's just gonna, what is he, just gonna play a Dark Souls game and play... Who cares? Who wants to watch Wings play Modern Warfare 3 in 2023? Nobody. Nobody cares. And it's just like, do anything. Do something. You know, he talks about how he doesn't make YouTube videos anymore, and he was upset when he did his Bucky's video because it got like 20,000 views. And it's like, Wings, you don't post videos. And you upload one video that was actually semi-entertaining. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was fine. And I think the audience was receptive to it. They care more about the man behind the camera than they do about whatever junk you're showing, right? So if you just made content that was centered around you and not video games, hell, I would watch, if Wings changed his gaming streams to, alright guys, I've set up my camera in the kitchen and we're just gonna watch me drink the 4 liters of Pepsi I have in my fridge today, I'd be like, hell yeah, that's the shit I want to watch. And I think everybody else would agree. You know, Wings has zero motivation and has zero libido. It's embarrassing.
No, I'm not sick. Let's be real. You donated that game just as a fucking con. You buying that game was a troll to begin with. I was trying to make the best out of it.
So somebody bought him Just Dance 2022, and it probably is a troll, just to harken back to what was her name? Chanel. That's what I'm gonna call her. That's not her name, but the first girlfriend he had before Brandy, when they did the Just Dance video. But like, that was probably the last time that Wings was actually happy. And the funny thing is, like, he doesn't. What makes him happy today? Food, probably. And it's like, you can try and find sympathy for him, but like, the dude is about to get paid $50K for doing a live or a podcast that nobody wants to watch. You know, I'm sorry. A Wings and Boogie and Tommy C podcast does not sound very interesting. And you know, there's a lot of people in the detractor community talking about how they sort of think that the Turkey Tom documentary that was just released was like not harsh enough, or was like influenced by Wings, and now they want him to go on the live or the podcast with him. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I just wish that people would, like, where's El Presidor when you need him, man? You know, I miss those types of people. I miss the old Keemstar. I miss all these people that would just hammer people like Wings. And like, that's why this podcast is just gonna be a joke, because Wings isn't interesting and he doesn't have anything to bring to the table, both on his stream and on a conversation with random people.
I've made more money putting the camera behind a paywall than I put for just dancing or being nice to people. Just Dance is off the table at this point. I'll be right back. I'm back.
Gotta be absolutely shitting me, man. This is the content we subscribe for. You know, back when the trolls were much more menacing and would send shit to his house all day long, you know, you would get some good freakouts from Jordy, you get some interesting developments in the stream, and this is sort of like one of them, but it's really pathetic. This dude's like, I make more money behind with no camera on, so he's making like 70 bucks versus the 30 bucks he would make. Whoa! Life-changing money, guys, come on, we're gonna make 15k this year at this pace. And then he gets his DoorDash so he can chomp chomp swallow, and it's gonna be really good, really delicious. You know, he's packing on the calories, and he's packing on the content. You know, I don't know how these detractor channels can pump out videos constantly on this guy. It like blows my mind, because unlike some of the other lolcows, I feel like anytime you come back to a Wings video, it's the same thing. Every time. Every time it's the same thing. I'm only making a video about this time, mostly for the fact that he sniffed his chair. That's a slight development, but he's also reaching new lows in how he's streaming. But like, making a video every single day, talking about the same thing, cutting up clips and just posting, I don't get it. I don't get it. But either way, these clips are curated by WingsDome. So shout out WingsDome for hooking us up. Big ups.
Kelly is at church today, and then she's hanging out with her aunt. She would love it if I went to church with her. Like, she got mad at me this morning because I was streaming instead of hanging out with her. Yeah, that's what's happening. The webcam's actually on. It's just under my gut right now.
So, I've already made a video about the whole Kelly and church situation. I don't know. I'm a little bit indifferent about the whole thing. I do think as a husband, you have to support your wife, and sometimes you have to compromise. Jordy doesn't understand that. That's not his vocabulary. But sometimes you have to say, you know what? She really enjoys going to church. She really wants me to go to church. I'll go to church with her every Sunday. It's one day a week. You don't have an actual job, right? You can take 1 hour out of your day to go with her and do something she enjoys. That's allowed. That's okay. Maybe it's false hope because you won't change your mind, but I think she would view it in a positive light. At the very least, he cares about me and he's going to do things I want to do. But no, he even says that she comes back and he's streaming and she wants to hang out with him, but she can't. And that's the crazy part, is like, I understand making sacrifices in order to put food on the table, or a feast in Wings' case, but like, you have to balance it. And it's clear, anytime you see Wings, he is at his most docile when Kelly is gone or Kelly is asleep. Anytime Kelly shows up, the jittering leg, it's coming back. He hates her. He hates being around her. And it's one of those instances where I'm sure all of you have had a situation like this, where it's like, you have somebody that maybe is a friend of a friend, or in an adjoining friend group or something, or even some family member that you really just don't like, or don't like being around. And anytime they come around you, it just sort of gives you angst, because you're like, man, I really wish this dude would go away, so that I don't have to be like on edge that they're going to do something that upsets me or makes me mad or whatever. And that's literally their relationship. And Kelly is like a relatively kind person, and it sucks because Wings blows.
I thought about buying a gun when I got the money from the thing. I was thinking about getting a 6-hour P226, but I decided against it. My house gets raided from time to time.
So yeah, this is genius. This is 160 IQ Jordy going on here. So he gets swatted every once in a while. I don't even remember the last time he got swatted. It was over a year ago. And his mind initially is like, you know what? I need to buy a pistol so that when the cops show up, I can duke it out with them and die in a rain of gunfire. And it's just like, this is why you stay poor, bro. You make stupid ass dumb purchases when in actuality, did he ever get his AC fixed? I don't know if that ever happened or not. It probably did. But like, take that 10 grand and like invest it. Put it in something. Pay off all the mortgage on your house. I don't know. Do something. Stop wasting it on garbage. You know, maybe take that 10K and go get a personal trainer. That'd be cool. But no, Wings wants the easiest way out.
Actually doubles your stability somebody.
So this is where the dude is at that you were telling me about. Get your record button ready.
Which is funny because I'm losing more viewers here than I had with my screen black. Shit, it's almost bedtime for me anyway.
So this is the stream I was alluding to. He literally is coaching somebody, I guess. And Wings already said he's not nice to people. He doesn't have to be nice to people. So I feel pretty assured that this schmuck is paying Wings money in order to critique him and teach him the game. And like, I'm no Dark Souls expert. I'm actually pretty bad at the Souls games. I can't figure out how to parry. I'm not really good at dodging. But like, I'm not gonna pay Wings, of all people, money if I was interested in getting trained or taught. You know? It's like, Wings is pretty decent at the game, but like, I'm sure there is a large spectrum of people ahead of him. And he plays it a lot, he knows a lot about the game, X, Y, and Z, but this dude just can't figure it out. He really can't. And this type of content is just straight trash. Who wants to watch this?
I've always wanted to do a let's play of this game, and like there's a line that she goes, "Bearer of the cursed, seek suffering, wherever it might be," and like have it like against the backdrop of the ocean of Majula. It'd be like Dark Souls 2, and have that like as the intro of the video. Like you see how the ocean and the sun.
He always has these pipe dreams of scenarios. Oh, I wanted to do a let's play, and like, first off, who watches let's plays anymore? I'm sorry. Do people actually watch let's plays to their completion? I don't think I've watched a let's play to its completion since like 2014. I think that's the last time. I honestly think the last time that I watched a let's play to completion was when T Martin and Gold Glove did Gears of War 2 or Gears of War 5 together. I forget which one they did. They did one of them together, and I think that was the last time, or it was Resident Evil. Doesn't matter. Who watches it? And it's like, it's cool if you have desire or interest to make this content, but like, don't be surprised when it fails, because nobody cares about that stuff anymore. You have to be more interesting than that. You know, there's going to be somebody that has better content, better commentary, better cinematics than you when it comes to games. You have to set some sort of difference, and Wings would not do that. And I already know, he talked about before that he had like a Dead Space Let's Play completely edited and set up, and he just won't upload it. And it's like, I know that he's so obsessed with the numbers that like when he uploads those and they get like 1,000 views a piece, it's gonna like crush his soul. And it's like, I get it. Everybody wants their videos to succeed. Shocker, I know. But it's like, make content that people are interested in. That'll help.
The thing about Cyrax is he should go ahead and take a plea deal, because like a judge will take pity on him because he's obviously special needs.
We can't be letting him talk about Cyrax at all. That's against the rules. You know, we have to make the puppet dance for us, and we need him to represent himself in his court case, alright? We can't be having Jordy coming over here with rational thought, and in actuality, I feel like Rax is just going to get probation at the end of the day, to be honest. I don't think any plea deal or anything like that's going to come to fruition. I think he's just going to get like community service or probation. It's a shame, but what can you do?
Fuck.
The person that walked into this fight isn't going to be the person that beat that fight. You're going to have to grow as a gamer and as a person. These people like that crazy shit. They'd be asking me like Daniel Larson. And like, what's that other guy they asked me about? Like the dude with like the big neck.
Johnny Elbows, another Predator man. But you know, everybody asks you about different locales because you are a locale, Jordy. They want to see if you'll join their siesta together. That'd be really cool. That would be really epic. But at the end of the day, it's just like he's giving this motivational speech to some dude playing video games. You won't be the same gamer that comes in as they come out. It's like, dude, if I was an avid Redditor, and this is a Redditor moment, you know, r/cringe, throw it up there, r/PC Master Race, you know, put this up there. You know, you're not going to be the same man that goes in as they come out. You're playing Dark Souls, bro. You're some fat slob sucking down a Pepsi in his chair. Come on.
Hey, why is she cooking like that?
That dog right there, mad as hell. That sound like a chihuahua.
Yeah, this is the A+ content right there, buddy. We get to hear family violence going on in the background of some dude that he's training to play Dark Souls. I mean, it doesn't get much lower.
Idea, Brett.
The problem is people hate this shit. Like people leave the stream like a bad fart when you start talking about shit you like. Randy,
And we'll call it there.
not everybody's played these games. There's a lot of people that haven't played these games. Nah, I ain't throw the dance game away. It's right here. But we ain't playing it. Yeah, I'm getting off. It's time to go to bed.
People don't hate people for expressing their interest, Jordy. They hate this because this content is trash. There's plenty of people online that make content about things that they're passionate about, me included, that people enjoy, that people conversate about. But this is just straight dookie. It's straight garbage. And now he's going to go to sleep. And guess what time it is, everybody? It's 2 p.m. You want to know why he's going to sleep at 2 p.m.? Because then he gets to avoid Kelly. He gets to wake up at probably 10 p.m. Kelly's probably going to sleep, and he gets to hang out without her. It's a simple way to avoid her all day. And for that, I'm appreciative. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.